alright, but it ain't okay. Alright, man. No MF and C. Hold on. We're exposed right now. Long time no MF and C, man. I done streamed a couple times, but I ain't had the face cam on in a minute. We gonna get into it today, though. I don't feel like playing no games right now, so I'm gonna just do some reactions. I'm on some cool shit today. I need a longer stream anyway, so we just gonna react to some shit. No, not right now, brother. I'm doing reactions. No, I'll get on that shit later. For now, we're getting into the reactions, brother. But shit, I got some shit that I want to react to. Gil's Arena is live right now, so if I'm not already done reacting to what I'm already reacting to in the beginning, then I'll hop in that bitch. But for right now, shit, we gonna check out. And another thing, I'm finna just start, like, the videos I like watching on my own time, I'm finna just start watching them hoes on here, bro. Cause I'm finna just low-key start spazzing on this shit. Just, like, I got all the equipment, I be on the game, I be on my computer, I might as well just do this shit. So, boom. This is, so these people are from a platform, they got a podcast on basketball, it's called Player's Choice. And this dude, well, I don't want to say this dude, but one of the people that host, well, not a host, well, I guess you call him a host. One of the hosts on the show, he do this thing, like, after the show over, like, later in the night, called, like, Ox Court, where he get people that either been on the show or got beef with people that's on the show. They get together and they collab, and then they get in a court session and they hash out their issues. So cool. Today it was gonna be Ticket, which was somebody that used to be on the show. I don't know how this nigga got kicked off. I watch the shit every day, and they covered the fuck out of his departure from the show, because one day the nigga was there and then he left, and I literally don't know what the fuck happened to the nigga. And then they got Domo, who used to be on all the shows, or he used to be on the show I used to watch mainly, which is The Panel, and I don't know what happened, but he got another show now, but I don't watch that show because I'm really only watching The Panel on that, to be real with you. But so they end up having a little conversation or some shit, and pretty much they ain't have no issues to begin with. They said it was like a misunderstanding. So I'ma just give my verdict. Both of them niggas are innocent. They didn't do shit. They just, I mean, they got real disrespectful between each other apparently, because I also didn't hear that shit either. Apparently Ticket start talking about this nigga's kid, which is always weird when we talking about basketball. Like, you don't never have to go that far. But so that shit happened, but the nigga apologized for it and all kind of shit. And the part we currently watching right now, before I stopped watching it, was another one of the dudes that was just on the Ox Court with another dude that was way more hostile. We don't gotta watch that, but we can. And he basically just saying the nigga that run Ox Court don't know what he doing. So we finna get into that.
And I'm like, shit, everything normal. Niggas react live, niggas react post, all that shit.
Here's the problem with Ox, and respectfully,
Ox is this dude in the dreads with the corner.
Do content, so he doesn't really know what the fuck he doing.
Damn. So, like, really, I mean, you can't say respectfully and just say, hey, bro, that nigga don't know what the fuck he doing. I mean, I get what you're saying, but it's another way you could have worded that, respectfully.
So, like, Ox having an opinion on any of this stuff, like how content works, like, he just doesn't know. But also, to be fair to Ox, I think he's also said he doesn't know.
Yeah, he's literally learning on the job. Like, I've had, I'm about to say, yeah, I've had.
I mean, hell yeah, but to be real, the Ox Court shit is blowing up. Like, the little shit, but now people are saying it's blowing up because of the people and the heated arguments they get into, because they already pissed off at each other and Ox should just bring them together type shit. But, I mean, shit, he gotta learn, you know what I'm saying? So you can't fault him for that. Like, why even bring that up? Like, what was the point of bringing that up?
I had a conversation with Ox.
Oh, I think because the one dude was asking about recording and all kind of stuff. I don't know. I just think you could give Ox some lee room. I don't know.
off camera and shit. Like he's genuinely niggas just winging it.
Know.
I give it to him too, and he's honest about that. So yeah, he wasn't calling you out. He was genuinely asking.
Yeah, he doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Am I tweaking? Can I just ask?
I DM'd him too. I didn't want no like issues or anything behind.
Can I just ask? Because I made a conscious effort to just keep my cool and let shit go how it went. I got interrupted like 30 million times, right? Like
yeah,
I'm just
you did.
okay. I just want to make sure I'm not tripping. I just want to make sure I'm not tripping.
I peeped every time you got cut off, you looked at the camera and I laughed.
Bro.
Like, it was pretty funny.
And you look like you wanted to say something too, bro.
Oh no, that'll be on the part 2. I'm milking this.
Oh, so he going again? You going back?
What is the question? Because I'm not going up there with a nigga who still is trying to justify recording women without their consent. Like I don't know, like a nigga's never.
So is that? I mean, shit. I don't know the backstory, but is that why they kicked him off? Or like, what are we doing here?
I don't get why he kept going back to that.
He doubled down on it. He basically
he did.
It was people in the chat calling him Freaky Frog TV and saying X, Y, and Z. Like it was niggas
Freaky
in the chat
Frog TV is
addressing it,
nuts.
He kept defending it. He was standing on 10. I would.
But Ticket's whole point, if I'm wrong, was about
It's like, it was not illegal.
No, not even that. I'm not talking about that. That's just weird to me. But I'm talking about more so the PC shit. He was talking about how people were taking it too serious. There's too much personal jabs. But then he didn't acknowledge the amount of personal jabs that he just made.
All throughout the stream.
All throughout the stream. The nigga was literally just making disrespectful remarks flat out to Gifted, like the entire stream.
I mean, that nigga he was disrespecting Gifted, but to be fair, when it's between Domo and Ticket, and Gifted ain't there to defend himself, I really don't give a fuck about nothing Ticket talking about. You know, you just got to think about it like, I mean, Domo is not finna be, could imagine, me or Domo, just for example, I'm not finna be the nigga to stick up for Gifted. I'm here talking about me. You get what I'm saying? I'm not really worried about that, but I mean, shit, if you feel some type of way about that, I guess you can. I don't know. I don't know. That's a little picky to me.
So, like, than anyone on the stream.
Yes.
And that nigga Ticket literally is the most non-confrontational person I probably have ever met. I'm not gonna lie.
Up there, bro.
That nigga don't fight with nobody. So it's just like, you can't complain about it, but then you actively doing it. You know what I mean? Like, that's just like, that's me.
They talking about that nigga Pencil up there.
I just the thing with you, Lo, though, was he was and Domo was there, of course, so he can account for it. It kind of turned into, you know, once he apologized to Domo, because you know the stuff he said about your kids, that's foul, and even Ticket couldn't justify that, so he had to apologize for that, right? But that made
another reason why that nigga's a weird fuck. But okay.
Yeah, that shit is. I mean, regardless of him apologizing and all kind of shit, you're still weird for bringing up somebody's kids when that, number one, in my eyes, somebody else's kids don't got nothing to do with the situation if that kid didn't do shit to me. And in this case, this is a child, like a baby. So what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of weird.
Turn the conversation into pivoting into a you and Omar situation where in Domino's, focusing on people.
Bro, I got this shit on 1.25. That boy speaks slow.
Obviously, Omar's been, the spearhead of that. And then just pointing a lot about, the issue he had with you, about being condescending, about trying to devalue what he feels like.
I appreciate where you come from.
No. It's everything when it comes to creating content, and here's the reason why. And this is, you said something the other night, and it made a lot of sense. The reason why is because when you got the
okay, let me shoot at Omar because Omar's. Okay, no problem.
What was Domo doing there? That shit just.
I didn't see. I seen like snippets of it. Then I heard my name get brought up a little bit, and I've called Omar, and I'm gonna call Dave, and I'm gonna call Shaq, and I'm gonna tell niggas that, bro, my name being brought up in anything that has to do with Player's Choice from a nigga who has decided not to really say much about Player's Choice for basically 2 years now. Bro, I'm done. I'm personally done with this whole thing of me being the excuse of why the fucking channel is failing. But if there is somebody who can come up and say something,
are people saying that? Like, I see. I fuck with the show, but 100,000% of the time when I'm watching this shit, I'm at work. I don't be in the comment section. I ain't no member. I don't be typing in the Discord. I'm not in the Telegram, and I fuck with them heavy, bro. But I'm not doing all that extra stuff, so I really don't know what the discourse is. That's why I'm here, though.
Thing about the channel and what's wrong with it, it's me, because my original purpose on the channel was to be a consultant. So when I was talking to someone behind the scenes, it wasn't Ox, it wasn't Ticket, it wasn't Mars, it wasn't Chilltown, it wasn't Ron, it was the nigga who owned the channel, Shaq.
See how mad low sound right now? Cause I mean, shit, he's saying he don't want to be brought up in this shit, and they keep. I mean, apparently from what he's saying, they keep saying he's the reason this shit is failing, and I don't know. I haven't heard that, but
Shaq came to me and was asking me
come
ideas
on,
about
bro.
content. Shaq came to me.
You don't gotta be like. I fuck with low, but bro, you don't have to like. We understand. Okay, you put your foot in the game. I feel you, bro, but you ain't gotta be flexing on a nigga like you gave niggas the brand. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's not what you're doing, but that's what it feel like, bro. Cause I know for sure the people you talking about, if they was to see this and you like, they came to me and they did this for, and I did this for them, and they came to me and I gave them all, like, they gonna feel some type of way about, you know what I'm saying? Even if you did it, you know what I'm saying? There's another way of saying things. You don't gotta be an asshole all the time.
Direction of the channel. So if you're actually
yeah, niggas in the comments. Look at the comments. Look at the comments. They putting a little sassy hand emoji. Me, like they talking about consult about your weight. Like I don't even think it's that serious. But like, come on, Lo, you gotta understand. When you being an asshole, niggas are gonna feel like they gotta be an asshole back to you, bro. I'm just saying.
Things about the direction of the channel or about what was going on, I would actually be the one who would do so because I was there consulting things behind the scenes before Dave was even there. But I still have yet decided not to say anything.
I mean, you did just now,
so,
but like,
and there's a lot to say. And so, to niggas who want to have this back and forth about what happened and where things went wrong, where Ticket want to have half of the conversation about how detrimental he has been to that platform, how they've lost thousands upon thousands of dollars just because he's been associated with it.
Nah, Ticket has wild out on Player's Choice, bro. Like I said, I be listening. I don't be watching this shit, but it was one episode I was listening, and they had to clip this shit out, bro. And I went to the comment section to see what happened, because when you listening, like, you can't really, like, niggas have a major reaction to some shit, but you don't really understand what they reacting to because you just listening to. You can't see what happened. But, nigga, they said in the comment section, this nigga Ticket, 6'10", 6'9", professional overseas basketball player, bro, pulled his ass out and mooned the camera, bro. What the fuck are you doing, fam? Now, Ticket is the type of person to say in hindsight that shit was dumb, but he'll still be the type of person to come up with an excuse as to why he did that shit, and that shit is not cool on no levels, bruh. Nah, man.
Here and acknowledge how I have put more money into playback and provided more opportunity to playback than they've ever given me because I never asked for a dime. I might go as far as to say I might have put more money into or given more opportunity has resulted into money into Player's Choice than they might have paid all of you niggas combined.
Damn, what you trying to say? He said he put niggas on to checks more than Player's Choice is paying niggas. What is you trying to say, Lo? You saying you done gave niggas YouTube video ideas, they done gave niggas a couple million views and then got them paid, or you saying you done gave niggas brand deals, or you gave niggas internships, or... I mean, you ain't got to speak on it because, to be 100% honest, it ain't my business. But, I mean, that'll be cool to know. Look at Domo. Look at Domo in that corner, though. He like, oh, shit.
Damn.
If there's a nigga who can say something, it would be me. But
ego of death. I agree.
Again, for 2 years, I've decided not to say anything. So stop bringing me up in this whole conversation.
I mean, from what I heard, like I said, I seen all like the Ox and Domo part last night, and I was kind of sleepy and all kind of shit. But from what I seen, Ticket's point about Low being on Player's Choice wasn't really about him. Like, I mean, maybe Low. To be fair, I feel like Low just don't fuck with Ticket, and he don't feel like Ticket is somebody that he could work with in a like respectful manner. So that's cool. But Low was saying that basically having him and Low on the same panel would be like, the nigga was comparing it to the WWF. Basically, he was just saying everybody was having their own eras of beef, and niggas was beefing in the middle of the show. And I mean, as a listener, that shit is okay. Like, niggas having arguments about basketball, because a lot of the shit that they was doing in the show that I was liking was more so emulating the kind of conversations I have with my homeboys when I'm talking about basketball. So that's why I was fucking with the show. And when you do shit like that, it kind of does that. Because you got a homeboy. I got a homeboy that is a fucking LeBron James fan, and I'm a Jordan fan. And I will never let that nigga say LeBron is better than Jordan. It won't happen. But we still cool, and it's all kind of like, but it seems like with their situation, they couldn't separate the basketball talk with the real personal attacks and all kind of shit. So that's how that shit ended up. And then I guess Low just don't fuck with this nigga Ticket, which is cool. I don't really give a fuck.
Again, I do think that the Ticket bringing you up and bringing Omar up, and again, Omar will definitely, I don't know what he's done. He can definitely speak for himself, and I'm sure he will. But I feel like that was all a pivot away from the conversation with Domo. I think, again, he went personal with Domo, bringing up his family.
I think that was off the
that he could really
off the
really
rocker for
capitalize on.
sure.
So, in a way to derail the conversation, it went to, oh, but Omar was doing this, oh, but Low was doing that, and then how I know it was a pivot was because he then doubled back and tried to give you flowers and saying like, oh, I don't have a problem with Low. I feel like Low is needed in the basketball community. Da, 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 da. So I feel like him even bringing you up again was just a pivot from confronting Domo. And I want to ask Domo.
See, he just brought up something about him saying that he was talking shit about Low, then on the back end gave him like backhand compliments. See, I didn't hear that, so maybe that did happen. I didn't hear that though.
How do you feel this stream went? Did you get out of it what you were looking for? I do want to say, even before you answer that question, that I do like how you handled the Ox Court. I do think this was the first one to where, like, some niggas was in the chat talking about, oh, Ox Court, this, and the third, but you were willing to bring a level of maturity and level-headedness that we haven't seen. And I feel like this one actually resulted in some kind of resolution.
Agreed. I agree with this brother. This was probably the most, from what the ones I seen, this is probably the most civilized. Not saying they not all civilized. Like, Ox do a decent job of having them all civilized. But what I'm saying is, between the two parties, this was probably the most civilized Ox Court. Like, the one with Jalen, that shit went off the fucking handle. And I don't even know how the hell that one lady got in that. Man, we don't even got to talk about that shit. But that shit was crazy. So, we don't even got to talk about that shit. Boom. That shit happened. The one with Low happened, and Low kind of spazzed on that nigga at the end and then just left. So this one was a pretty decent one. All the other ones I seen were pretty more so civilized as well. I seen one with Chilltown, and it was cool. It was a decent little Ox Court.
This went for you.
I told niggas earlier when I streamed, I wasn't coming in this to bullshit or try to be petty with jokes or anything like that. I was coming to honestly give whatever energy I got. I did not think, to be super honest, I did not think that was gonna go like that. Like, initially going into it, I figured Ticket would have been on typical type of energy. So
Ticket was cooling.
I didn't think it would be cordial. But
he was cordial. He wasn't even on no.
I'm not coming to bring any negative energy. I'm just gonna get what niggas give me. And from the get go, the nigga was super cordial, super real, super open.
It's because that boy was hitting that cart. If I'm being 1,000, that boy Ticket was hitting the shit out there. It said look like he was hitting 2 of them hoes. That boy Ticket was hitting the shit out that cart. But he was real cordial, real civilized with the conversation. Admitted his wrongs. It was cool. Cool conversation.
Essentially doing what I was trying to do. And it threw me off at first, but we got to talking, getting shit off our chest, where we seen shit going. I still got interrupted when I brought up not liking to be interrupted, but you know that's just how the nigga is. And unless I was gonna go off the rails and start getting disrespectful or get that type of energy, there was no stopping that. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna let this shit rock. I can do a whole different video, stream, or whatever, where I can just address how I feel or talk about what I thought in that moment. But that's why I kept looking at the camera. I just kept getting interrupted. And him spinning the block on Omar and Low. I mean, he was doing that the entire time before I even brought up the personal attacks, the personal jabs I felt. Gifted caught hella strays, but Gifted caught hella strays.
Yeah, that nigga Gifted caught every stray. He caught that nigga cockeyed. He said that goofy mother. Well, I don't think he said all that, but he definitely caught that nigga cockeyed. He wouldn't even call bro. He was all like that cockeyed Gifted. So I mean, shit, that happened.
But I mean, anytime I would say something to say how I felt, he would just shift it to other people. And then when I would try to give my POV, he was, oh well, I'm not talking about you. I didn't mean you, or you weren't the issue. XYZ was the issue. So for me, it's like, what the fuck can I really say? I can only tell a nigga, let's stay on us for so long. Ox can only tell the damn jerk, the judge can only tell niggas, hey, let's stay on this for so long. If he gonna riff, he gonna riff. My points were made, my issues were addressed, and the nigga apologized. So I mean, I know a lot of people probably wouldn't take that. Niggas might have their feelings and emotions about, oh, how can a nigga say that about you and yours and you?
Yeah, nigga. I mean, I feel like Ticket did cross the line, but he acknowledged he crossed the line. You acknowledged that nigga crossed the line. The nigga apologized for it. But if you decide you, not to say y'all even got to be cool, but if y'all decide y'all want to do content and be cordial again after this shit, that's up to you. Can't nobody be mad at you for wanting to make money. Like, if the shit didn't seem like it would, maybe the shit was that serious, but the nigga knew he was tripping. So, I mean, like, don't let no niggas fuck up y'all money.
You just, hey, it's fucking internet gang. Nigga got my address. Like, if it's anything more than that, the nigga can pull up on me. I'm not going to the DR. So it's not like the nigga can't find me if it's real smoke. I mean, nigga, apologize. That's really it. It's the internet. That's all I tell nigga to do. He apologized. I kept pushing.
PC drama.
That was really it. I see niggas in the chat keep posting Omar tweets. Yeah, that cryptic shit. I'm seeing that too. I want to know what. Hey, I want to know what the truth is too. I'm like, yo, what's the truth? I want to see the truth. I want to know the truth.
The truth is, respectfully, a lot of y'all niggas shouldn't be talking about shit. And I've told Omar this to me personally. A lot of shit is being talked about.
This nigga Low is like, bro, what the fuck does that mean? And the nigga, like, Domo, I mean, maybe he not talking about you. Maybe you understand some context that I don't know. But when you say a sentence and you say, I want to know the truth, and immediately this nigga says, you niggas shouldn't be talking about shit. What? I mean, let me finish.
Truth is, respectfully, that a lot of y'all niggas shouldn't be talking about shit. And I've told Omar this to me personally. A lot of shit is being talked about that should not be talked about because, respectfully, a lot of y'all niggas just don't know what the fuck y'all are talking about. That's it. And especially when Ron came up there and he talking about niggas' egos came in the way of like why, like nigga, I ain't been there for 2 years. I stopped coming in partially because I didn't want to fucking wake up at 10 o'clock in the morning to do a show that I was not getting paid for. It had nothing to do with ego. I just don't want to wake up that early in the fucking morning. And also, I told Shaq that was a bad idea to make the show daily. That's it. And if anybody's heard me say this, I've said this literally for the last 2 years now.
I fuck with the show being daily. I don't know what Low talking about. But that might be me in the minority. I can't speak for everybody that watches Player Choice, but I fuck with that hoe being daily. I don't give a damn what y'all talk about shit. That hoe is saving me while I'm at work. And even when I'm at home, I'm still probably watch that hoe because it's normal conversations being had. I don't have to hear about niggas' personalities being politics and how they lean with the left, but they side with the right, and I don't want to hear that bullshit, man. I just want to hear some basketball chatter.
It's been the most consistent thing. To even sit here and to say that it's because of my ego and that's the reason why I'm not there is the most fucking ridiculous bullshit I've ever heard, especially from a nigga who has actively put his ego aside to aid the platform as much as anyone.
I mean, Low, he said that shit, but if I'm being 1,000, I don't know, right? So maybe I don't know. But that nigga sound like he was trolling the whole time he was in there. He was just telling Ticket some bullshit. He was telling you some bullshit. He just came in to help, basically just trying to stir up the pot and then have niggas come back to PC. Like, I don't know. He was on a crash mission. I didn't really feel like Ron was being serious with too much of anything he said.
Else.
Especially with the ego shit.
But again, like Omar said, the reason why Omar and I know so much behind the scenes is because the niggas who own the fucking platform keep asking us about what should they do with it. That's why. And I'm not on no NDA. I'll say what the fuck I want to say.
Oh, that boy low crashing.
My name gets brought up in any of this bullshit.
That nigga crashing.
Why the platform is failing.
Failing.
If anything,
I'm not trying to. Nah, let me stop. I was gonna say something, but I'm not gonna.
I've gone out of my way to make sure that it's not failed. And a nigga wants to do whatever the fuck he wants to do with it. That's including keeping a nigga on a platform that was costing him tens of thousands of dollars. Yeah, I know about the deals that y'all lost out on. I know what the fuck was about to happen on playback because what that
They had that underdog deal, and that bitch went. Nigga, I had always been wondering what the fuck happened with underdog, but they got the factor deal now though, so I mean that's cool too. Make your money, man. Main character syndrome is real. Booty Goon TV.
Oh, the numbers was up. Yeah, the numbers were up, but the money was down. So, if a nigga want to sit here and keep bringing my name into this, then we'll just let everything go. But I have decided not to say anything for 2 years. 2 years. The things that happened with me and Ticket early this year had nothing to do with me leaving the platform. I left the platform well before what happened earlier. Me not being on the platform had nothing to do with anything that had to do with what me and Ticket did early this year. I had been off the platform. Been off of it.
Yeah, I ain't seen this nigga.
So, I wanna touch on that sounds crazy. I want to also welcome the 3 something live here. I'm noticing that a lot of the stage is getting iced. So we have a lot of
Dislike.
yeah, people that may not like the people on stage, but I want to welcome you anyway. Welcome.
The fuck does ice
mean?
mean?
Make sure you become a member of the room. Hit that notification bell so you know when we're live. You think I'm gonna let you hate? But I do want to talk about Domo because you are a part of the platform, and I do something Tigger was talking about, and I'm wondering how do you balance that when you have, people that are close to you as far as friendship and that you're in business with, another somebody in low that I'm sure that you will listen to as far as content is concerned. You're a part of a platform in which people close to you criticize heavily. I'm wondering how have you dealt with that, and what is your personal outlook on Player Choice as a platform, and do you think that they're headed in a good direction and that being with them is beneficial to you?
I'm not Domo. I can't speak for Domo. That's why I'm gonna let him speak for himself after I get my 2 cents off. Like I said, niggas don't need my opinion, but I'm gonna give it because I'm on stream. Fuck it. But boom. To be real, being on Player's Choice, even if well, I don't know if they paying him, but I would assume he's not doing that shit for completely free. So I would assume it's being beneficial, even if it's for the little check. But even on top of that, you still getting daily recognition to an audience that might not even be yours. So you gonna have people that want to fuck with you, especially if and Damo, from what I've seen and what I've known, he's a pretty he's a sociable dude. It's not like he can't hold a conversation, and he's knowledgeable on a couple different things, so he can talk. You get what I'm saying? So I think it would be beneficial staying with Player Choice. But them heading in a specific direction, I can't speak on that because I'm not too much into the inner workings, and it seems like, I mean, shit, I really haven't seen shit. I mean, it's people leaving now, but that, to me, in my perception as a fan, that shit ain't really mean shit to me. Like, the people that I still watch are still on the show, so.
I mean, I'll be honest. Everybody's gonna have an opinion on some shit going on. Everybody can do whatever works for them and what they see fit. I enjoy it. I have fun. I fuck with everybody over here. Well, majority of the time, I fuck with people over here. I enjoy talking about basketball. I enjoy being given a platform to talk about basketball, even though I have a platform to talk about basketball, or just have another market of people to talk about basketball with and to. Everyone having their everybody having their opinion of PC as a platform. That's their opinion. They are absolutely right in a lot of aspects, and those are just. But unless a nigga got some issue with what I got going on, nigga, I don't own PC. I'm just a nigga here to talk ball at this scheduled time. That shit ain't got nothing to do with me. In all actuality, the issues niggas got, everything.
There we go.
Like, that shit ain't got nothing to do with me. That is on Shaq and Dave and niggas who take pride in owning Player Choice. I don't own this shit. I am an independent contractor on this motherfucker. And whenever I don't feel it, and I've been given the freedom and liberties of having my own schedule on that bitch. If I don't feel like going, I'm not gonna go. If I don't feel like doing the shit, I'm not gonna do the shit. But so I'm okay with it. Now when it was up to point in time where I was doing 5 shows a week for 3 hours a day, every day, was it a bit much? Hell yeah, that's a part of why it got to a boiling point with Ticket, because dealing with that shit every day for 3 hours, 5 days a week, 365, that shit.
So maybe that's why Domo stopped showing up. But it depends though. If they was giving you a bag for that, and you only doing that shit early, but I feel you though, cause I have a job and other shit going on, but doing this shit kind of like you get through your whole day and then you be like, damn, you want to stream, and it be like, damn, I'm tired of shit. Like I damn near be a zombie halfway through the stream and shit.
But that shit becomes a bit much, my nigga. So that kind of led to the whole nuclear fucking situation with me and Ticket. But going forward, after realizing how much of my time I really can be able to give, after regulating and, you know, doing my own thing and actually doubling down on my own content, giving my own shit a shot, everybody else's criticism don't really mean shit to me. Like, niggas think whatever they want about PC. Cool. I know what I see, what I'm doing and shit, and I already know I'm not creator of the year or the best content creator or the most knowledgeable with the
Yeah, just do your thing on that
I'm just
hoe,
doing what the
bro.
fuck I think is fun and what I like to do.
Just
10
do
years
your
ago,
thing,
I
for
told my
real.
parents I want to fucking try to be Stephen A. Smith. And this is my best avenue with no degree, nigga. I dropped out of college after 1 semester. So if I see opportunity to talk to a mass amount of people, have a chance to talk ball, talk hoops with my ball knowledge and my lack of credentials, I'm going to make the most of it and enjoy it. And until I don't enjoy player choice, I'm on this bitch.
Facts.
Okay, I feel it.
Excellent answer.
Because I feel like this question is going to be posed. I want to give you the opportunity to just go ahead and nip it in bud publicly and right now. So I know the sentiment will be, oh well, Lo, when Penn was on Ox Court, you had time to go up and argue with Penn, but when Ticket says something, you know, you don't have the time to deal with that. You don't want to go live and direct with him.
What you trying to say? Lo not trying to deal with no niggas? What you trying to say?
I have no idea what Ticket's talking about outside of the handful of things that people are telling me and or might have seen. B, I am not about to be on a fucking stage with a nigga that was recording women without their consent. Like, I don't know some niggas.
Let's be 1,000 here. Let's be 1,000 here. I need y'all to be 100% 1,000 with me. If a nigga is talking crazy about you and you could see this nigga, I'm not saying this is what Ticket is doing, because I didn't really hear exactly what he said about Lo that was crazy. But I'm just saying for an example. If a nigga was talking crazy about you on a stream, just for example, and they offer you, yeah, I'm going to talk my shit while you in here, and I'm going to give you the link to get in this hoe so we could talk shit together. But this dude then went all kind of, well, let's just say he did what he's saying Ticket did. Recorded a woman without her consent. I don't understand the context behind that. I don't want to get into it. Let's just say it's a bad thing. Are you going to let that stop you from letting this nigga talk shit uncontested? Because I know if I see a weirdo talking shit, boy, I'm going to weaponize that against you, brother. I don't want to be that guy, but you did it, bro. You can't be talking shit and you done did that. You get what I'm saying? That's the first thing I'm going to say when I get in there. So, maybe they do things differently, but I'm just speaking from my POV.
Also, I'm going to be on a platform where people literally have...
They call him, bro, a duck. Cop out. Scared.
Saying some of the most egregiously crazy shit imaginable.
This nigga get...
Like basketball?
I don't even want to say it. But you see it.
I'm saying the things that he said about Domo's woman. So
Yes. Oh, yeah.
That's what he just an example right there.
Me personally, man, that apology was just backhanded.
He basically said, "I'm sorry you felt that way, but it was justified." That's
and then he tried to pivot like away from it by focusing his attention towards like low and gifted, like nigga lame.
Also, as a sidebar, like everything doesn't have to be a pivot. So again, like y'all are saying, like everything is in a debate. My nigga, when he went on live and start saying the most crazy shit about this man's child and baby mom, like what the fuck are we doing? The nigga thinks it's a debate. Oh man.
I'm gonna look this shit up. Domo Ticket. What would that be? Ticket TV talking about Talkit TV. Domo Kid. Come on, man. This is YouTube, bro. Y'all gotta have this shit. No? Nothing? Yeah, they was going at it a while ago. I really don't give a shit. Let's just say it. I don't give a shit.
Touch on
I mean, I knew that in the moment. It.
Child and baby mama. What the fuck?
and so Domo just
It to me, it seemed like these niggas want Domo to be more mad about it than he really is. And to be fair, I mean, shit, if he ain't tripping off it like that, it really don't matter, bro. This nigga Ticket ain't finna come slap his baby mama. Not finna come touch his child. He said the nigga already said if it's really smoke, niggas got my address and all kind of shit. So I mean, if Domo ain't tripping about it, he accept the apology. He accept the apology. I'm not worried about if that nigga's supposed to be super mad or get up with Ticket. I'm not worried about that shit, bro. You just do your life. You do your thing, brother.
Reassure with you, the apology sufficed. Like that was a good enough apology and explanation for you to feel comfortable with.
Oh no, the apology was bullshit. I mean, I knew that in the moment. It wasn't the best apology at all. But I personally feel like that's the best I'm gonna get. So, like, what the fuck? I'm not coming here to argue. Like, that was my thing. I came here to again reciprocate the energy I'm giving. And the nigga was trying to be mature about it. And I know how Ticket gets. To me, that's the best. That's the best I'm gonna get. At least to me. I know a lot of niggas probably wouldn't accept that, and that's cool. And I already know because my girl was fucking watching. I gotta go downstairs, and if she don't accept that shit, I gotta have a conversation with her about it. So at the end of the day, I know how that nigga is. And to me, if that's the best apology I'm gonna get, cool. Because I know how this bitch will turn if I do sit here and feel disrespected again.
That's fair. I guess the apologies for him. So
yeah, I don't. I just because again, niggas in the chat who have Tickets cocked so deep down their throat that they can't hear straight. I want to be clear about what I'm saying again. I left 2 years before the whole thing with Ticket earlier this year. The reason why I am not on Player's Choice isn't because of Ticket. I've said this several times. I have not been a consistent member on Player's Choice for over 2 years. My gripe with the platform has nothing to do with Ticket. My only problem I have now with the Ox Court is that every time something comes along with Player's Choice, y'all keep bringing me into it as if like what's ever going on now has something to do with me.
It's not. Niggas ain't bringing you in for the fact of like we need you to come save PC or you're the reason PC downfall. I mean, niggas want to see you and Penn get at it. If I'm just being 1,000, bro, that's what niggas are wanting to see right now. You niggas went at it egregiously on Ox Court. And that's what niggas want to see again. They want to see that shit forever. That's just how content works, bro. The shit that they like to see, man, they want to see that shit until they don't want to see it no more. So that's just, I mean, I think that's why niggas keep dragging you into the shit. Because they want to have a reason to have you get into it. If not with Penn, just somebody else. Because your shit do numbers and niggas like to see that. It ain't even just the fact that Ox want to have you on Ox Court just to get his numbers up. Like, other people want to see this shit too.
With me. Nothing. And everything that happened within the last 2 years, I personally was not, again, I want to be clear, not Ox, not Ron, not Chilltown, not Mars, not Domo, not
me.
These are things that I was having hour-long conversations with Shaq. The nigga that owns the platform. And so when we had a conversation, and the conversation was going in different directions on what he felt like was necessary for the platform, and what I was attempting to convey what was necessary for the platform was two different things, I left.
I feel, this is kind of why I wish, this is kind of weird to say I wish I want to be in other niggas' business, but I wish I knew the inner workings of what's going on, because for you to feel so offended to where, like, I mean, maybe, and to be fair, Lo got his own shit going on, so he don't need Player Choice, and he said he wasn't getting paid, so he definitely didn't need to be doing that. But my nigga, y'all couldn't just work together? Like, bro, you feel so offended that this nigga's vision for his product is this way, and you, I mean, we understand you made sacrifices to be a part of the brand, but you're not even like a majority owner. The other nigga, Dave, probably got more stake than you. You get what I'm saying? And he ain't never been on camera. I used to be watching this shit when it was JD, Shaq, the nigga Euro. It was Dale on the screen. Like, I used to be watching this shit for real. So, I mean, basically what I'm saying is, like, for you to feel like you this high above the program, like y'all could have worked some shit out. But like I said, man, this man got his own brand and his own shit going on that is, to be fair, you could argue is bigger than player choice. I'm just being honest. So if you feel like it's not worth your time, I wouldn't be doing it either.
That had nothing to do with ticket. Because again, I have not been on that platform consistently for 2 years. So there's nothing for me to avoid, duck, run for when it comes to ticket. Because the reason why I'm not on the platform isn't because of ticket.
Listen, chat. Listen, chat. I'm not gonna lie to you. This did not go anywhere like I thought it was gonna go. Definitely was eye-opening. I feel like
shout out Domo, shout out Ticket, shout out Players Choice, shout out Lowe's, shout out all the niggas, man. I fuck with that whole program of things, man. Eventually y'all gonna get shit together, man. I promise. Now we're back on the coonery.
Nah, that was. Gil ain't played nobody in high school. The hell?
Look at Gil.
Get real competition until you went to Arizona and then you got to the league.
Crenshaw, I played Westchester.
Gil ain't played nobody in high school.
Who was on those teams?
So they say he a legend. He's supposed to be in the
They were number one in California in offense and defense.
Who was on those teams that Gil mentioned?
That was his team.
They played
Crenshaw has squad, some D1 talent.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say the NBA level, but number one in the city.
He played against
number one in the city and number one in defense. This is back when LA City used to mean something. Yeah. So they were number one squad. Gil came in, dropped a 40-piece. I think you had like 38 and 3/4, 40 and 3/4.
It was easy.
Only person, Crenshaw, notorious for their rover press, full court press, used to give team fits. Gil single-handedly coast to coast, breaking the press. I look like, who's this dude from Grant?
I ain't in it. I ain't in it.
No, you ain't in this. No, stay out of this. I'm going to let everybody know from L.A. right now, though. L.A. basketball fell off when I left and went to Oak Hill, and then Melo Ball came in and made it better. How about that?
And that's Chino Hills.
That's Chino Hills.
That shit, we don't
That's
even really.
Fine, but they had L.A. cracking. When I left L.A. high school basketball, that shit was trash.
You know what?
Because I was
didn't graduate before Gil.
Brandon did it? What the fuck? He did the Mingles was boring, and I had to go to Oak Hill and show y'all that an LA nigga can really hold it down.
LA, what he did is exactly what happened in LA. They got bought.
Check out these deals of the week at Walgreens.
I thought that was more interesting than it was. It's not. I'm not gonna watch Gil's Arena either because that shit is long as fuck and I missed the whole episode. 3 hours almost. Shit, no. We'll do that maybe on a different stream. Shit, no. We gonna react to DJ Ghost though. He be talking some real shit. I be fucking with what DJ Ghost gotta say, man. We gonna get into it. Come on.
Twitch, first off, hey, what y'all don't know, bro, is I be talking to Twitch before I go live on YouTube. Y'all YouTube niggas be annoying sometimes. Twitch don't give me that book, you know what I'm saying? So back to the conversation.
Shout out Twitch. Sometimes you niggas gotta
cousin
put me on the
just
front
moved out
page.
here,
Y'all
right?
bullshit.
It's funny as the motherfucker. Just a quick little story, and I couldn't do nothing but laugh. Look at both them niggas to see how serious bro was, and look at my cousin like, you sure this your homie? Like you just. Anyway, I go to my cousin's house. Bro he just moved out here by himself. He just got divorced and shit, so he want to come to Vegas, start a new life type shit, right? Oh shit, this nigga's 34 years old, bro.
Damn, I forgot this nigga old. I mean, old, not
like,
old,
at,
but
nigga? He was at the store getting
niggas
some food shit. He like, I'm with the homie.
OG
like,
age.
You got a homie, motherfucker? What kind of this nigga? You just moved out here last week. He said, no, it's this nigga from LA too. I've been knowing him from living in LA type shit. I'm like, oh, all right, bet. Or something like him when you get to the I like him when you get to the house, bro. He like, all right, bet. He down the street from his house at the Albertson, so when I say that, I'm already
man. I fucks with DJ Ghost, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm not finna watch the whole pod without no timestamps. I need the timestamps. It was something I wanted to watch. I cannot remember though. Damn. Is it in the watch later? Look at this guy. We could watch that shit on a whole day. We'll spend our whole time watching that shit. Why is everything in this watch later so fucking long? we'll watch this. It's 11 minutes.
Both sides. And
Fuck
tonight, the suspect's mother is speaking out.
On the 29th of August, 2018, Dorothy Mae Neal was an 83-year-old woman who lived in Baltimore. Dorothy was described as a friendly woman and was well respected by her neighbors. Almost everyone in the community knew who she was, and despite her age, she was very independent and outgoing. Although, in hindsight, these neighbors did later say that she could be a little too trusting of others. In August of 2018, neighbors in the area noticed
Why they
that
got
hadn't
this
seen Dorothy
fucked
for a
up
couple
picture
of
of
days.
this victim?
She was known to be very active, and she wasn't the type of elderly person to stay indoors all day. They would often see her walking around, going about her day. As a couple more days passed, they began to worry that she may have passed away in her home. They decided to check on Dorothy. They went over to her home and knocked on the door, but there was no response, and her door was locked. Fearing the worst, her neighbors made a call to the emergency services and told them they were concerned for her well-being. Baltimore police were dispatched to the scene, but when they got to Dorothy's home, they noticed something rather strange. They saw what appeared to be small droplets of dried blood outside her home. They also noted that there was no signs of forced entry, and that the door was still locked. The police managed to get inside Dorothy's property, and once inside, they found her lying on the floor on her back. Dorothy was naked, had been badly beaten, and was covered in blood. There was evidence that something incredibly sinister had happened to her. Used condoms were found around her body. The police rushed to her side and found that she was still alive but unresponsive. She was barely clinging on to life. An ambulance was quickly called.
This is an 80-year-old woman. This dude just... hell no. Are y'all understanding what dude just said, bro? Whoever the suspect is, went in this lady's house. Hell no. I'm not even finna break this shit down.
To Dorothy. She was rushed to hospital, but sadly it was too late. The doctors did all they could, but Dorothy passed away shortly after arriving. Investigators got to work to uncover just what had happened to her, and it wouldn't take long to find the culprit. At the crime scene, police found plenty of evidence. Dorothy's bloody clothing was found, which the killer had removed. There were 3 used condoms and wrappers around where Dorothy was found. A broken lamp was also next to her, and this lamp was covered in blood. It had been used to cave her head in. Whoever had done this was someone she trusted. They had been allowed into her home before they brutally attacked her and left her for dead. According to the investigators, there was evidence that the culprit was young. I'm unsure as to what this actually means, as the police never commented further. It was in September of 2018 that the police arrested a 14-year-old male named Tyrone Harvin, and he had only recently
Look at this that nigga is slow, bro. You could tell by the shape of this dude's head, bro. This is a slow dude, bro. Nigga need to be slapped upside that fucking egg noggin. Man, look at what, come on, bro. This is a 80-year-old woman. You just beat her head in with a fucking lamp and did unspeakable things to her, bro. A nigga should be smacking you upside your head until you get to the prison. Then when you in the prison cell, niggas should fuck you up, bro. You should get fucked up, bro. I'm talking about multiple slaps upside the head till you figure out, what the fuck is wrong with you, my nigga?
14. Tyrone was known to the police and did have a criminal past. Tyrone denied all of the accusations made against him. In fact, he tried to claim that he didn't even know who Dorothy was, but there was overwhelming evidence against him. After the arrest of Tyrone was made public, neighbors on the street came forward and spoke to the media.
Everyone deserves the fastest.
You thought you wasn't finna get caught, bro? What kind of weirdo fucking sick
Many of
shit
them
is
had
this?
helped to look after Tyrone on a number of occasions, and Dorothy would also sometimes
Where is this
look
nigga's
after him
parents,
too.
man?
This gave an explanation as to why there were no signs of forced entry. Investigators had begun gathering DNA evidence. The used condoms that were found were tested against Tyrone's DNA, and it came back as a near-perfect match. But not only that, the rappers were also tested for fingerprints, and the fingerprints
You're
matched
14,
with
bro.
Tyrone's.
It's not even the fact
At
that he's
some point in the
14,
struggle with Dorothy,
and this is like, come on, bro. What the fuck are you thinking, bro? What are you doing?
Tyrone had injured himself, as there was someone else's blood found at the crime scene. This blood was tested too, and it came back as a match with Tyrone. An autopsy was conducted on Dorothy's body. Police found evidence that she had been essayed in a number of ways. Tyrone had also hit her with such force with a lamp that she had multiple fractures to her skull. The police were of course satisfied that the evidence against Tyrone was enough to charge him with murder. However, despite this, Tyrone continued to deny killing Dorothy, and Tyrone's mother did not want to accept the truth. He spoke to his mother.
Bro, you birthed this little slow nigga and you just got him going over to people's houses and shit. Where the fuck are you at? What the fuck are you doing to where your son feel comfortable going in niggas' houses, going around the fucking neighborhood, in niggas' blocks, going up in niggas' grandma's house, locking them in the fucking door and beating them with a lamp, bro? What the fuck are you doing as a parent to where your son is this comfortable doing shit like that? Please tell me, where did you step in at? You want to step in where it's too late. It don't matter now. He's caught. This slow head ass nigga, man. What are you doing?
Jail, and tried to convince her that he was not responsible for the crime, and even said, "Mummy, I didn't do it." When speaking to the media, his mother described him as a caring young boy, and claimed that it doesn't make any sense why he would hurt an elderly lady. Although Tyrone does have a juvenile record that included armed robbery back when he was 13 years old, and from what I can tell, he robbed an elderly woman. A short interview was conducted with the media shortly.
So this nigga just like to pick on old people because they not gonna do shit to him. Wow.
After the arrest was made public, where Tyrone's mother broke down.
Wakai police say it's a sad story for both sides.
Nah, ain't no both sides. It's a sad story for the old lady who lost her life to this dumbass.
The mother of a 14-year-old boy.
Look at her, bro. This is the... I'm not gonna say that because when I say shit like that, I can't expect other people to say the kind of shit that I'm saying. So I'm only gonna say shit that I would expect other people to say. But brother, what are you doing, man? How many kids you got? Look where y'all stay at. Like, why he couldn't be at your house? You the type. See, this is what I meant, but I'm gonna end up getting to that point, bro. It's the only way I'm gonna get my point across. You the type to tell niggas you can't come once you go outside. You can't come back in, and we gonna lock you out, and you gotta come in when it's nighttime or some shit, when the street light comes on. That's why this nigga be going around to other people's house. You don't even let the nigga in. If I had to assume, and if you are letting him in, I mean, you probably got all these kids in here. You ain't really paying attention to the worst one. Like, look at what's going on here, bro.
Of a brutal crime.
I'm torn in the inside that they accuse my 14-year-old for some type of murder like this.
Baltimore police say 14-year-old Tyrone Harvin then murdered 83-year-old Dorothy Mae Neal.
83, bro.
Last week. At the boy's apartment, a woman who says she's Harvin's mother speaks in anguish about the tragic case that's knocked on the family's...
All these niggas in this whole neighborhood look weird, bro. What the fuck kind of where is this at? What Baltimore, man? I'm never gonna go there. I'll never be there.
We wouldn't do that to an elder. No, he will not. I'm just hurting. I'm torn.
Well, lady, you say that? It happened. There's DNA evidence matching. Well, like it. I understand in the moment you have to side with your son, but bro, to an extent, this is on you too, man. You letting this little demon run around the neighborhood and shit, and he feel okay doing shit like this to old people, bro. You say he wouldn't do nothing to an elderly person. They just said his previous charge a year. He said when he was 13, he's 14 now. When he was 13, he just got charged with fucking armed robbery on an elderly person. So these are nothing but crocodile tears. I don't believe shit now. I don't believe shit.
She says she spoke to her
I
son,
don't believe
who's
shit.
in jail, by phone Friday afternoon.
He's saying to mommy, I didn't do it. And that's what he said. He didn't do it. And I believe what my son said.
Standing outside her West Baltimore apartment, she hangs on to her husband, Harvin's stepfather, for comfort.
For a 14-year-old to be accused of something of that magnitude, it hurts. It hurts.
I want the police to understand.
For a 14-year-old to be doing shit of that magnitude. Not accused, nigga. He did it. This happened. They have evidence, brother. That ain't your son, so you supposed to side with your lady, I guess. But, bro, you tripping. He did it. This is an 83-year-old woman he literally beat and took advantage of. This shit ain't cool, fam. You can't, ain't no defending that. If let's say, for example, this was a relative of mine, and they told me what the fuck his charges was and what the fuck he was in jail for, you cannot ask me for a comment. Y'all can't even come over here. I don't got nothing to do with nothing he got going on, bro. Don't involve me in none of that shit. Y'all cannot ask me for a comment. Even I would have to say from a father and a mother standpoint, until this shit is over with or until we in court, when we in court, you can get a comment. And when he is innocent, you can get a comment, bro. This is hurting somebody else's family more than it's hurting you, bro. And imagine all the people that had kids that was normal kids that would go up to this lady house and she probably was selling candy and all kind of shit. This was probably a candy lady. This could have been anybody, grandma, all kind of shit. Y'all just don't give a fuck. You only worried about your 14-year-old son who already been arrested for robbing old people before, and now he got arrested for doing some shit with old people again, and you just gonna give him the benefit of the doubt again, man? Fuck out of here with that shit.
The 14-year-old, what y'all said about him, he is not like that.
I don't believe her,
My
bro.
son have a sweet soul for people. He's not gonna sit up there and hurt
Look at
nobody.
this shit. She ain't even looking at the camera,
My
bro.
grandfather. It just don't make sense.
I don't believe her, bro.
don't.
Well, Harvin does have a juvenile record that includes armed robbery back in December at the age of 13. Now, police say they used physical evidence to link him to Neil's murder.
Come on, man.
Due to the shocking nature of the crime, Tyrone was charged as an adult. It is
For sure.
believed by investigators that the crime was premeditated.
What?
It seems that Tyrone
What the fuck?
was helping Dorothy with some chores around her home. when
So you
all
was
of
thinking about this shit, and you said on this day, man, come on, bro. Lock his ass up, throw the key away, shit. If y'all want to, man, y'all could do it.
a sudden, he began to violently attack and force himself upon her,
Like, come on,
taking
fam.
advantage of the fact that she was vulnerable. The
An
trial
old
wouldn't take place for
83-year-old
some
lady? Are
time.
you serious, bro?
In 2022, hearings began, and it doesn't seem that Tyrone had any family present at the trial.
So now, no. See, that's even more fucked up. If I'm being 1,000, that's even more fucked up, and that make me even more mad. Y'all gonna support this nigga on the news and say all this bullshit about for him to be 14 years old and this magnitude. Y'all niggas couldn't even come up to a court date. Y'all don't gotta speak or testify for shit. Y'all couldn't come up there. Oh yeah, they was lying when they was on camera. They just wanted the news time. They wanted the publicity, bro.
Despite the evidence,
Sick
Tyrone
family.
did not admit
Whole
to the
family is
crime.
out of there, man.
Instead, he pleaded not guilty. His defense tried to cast doubt on the DNA software that was used to match him to the crime. They also claimed that there was not enough reliable evidence obtained from the crime scene.
Nigga, they got your fingerprints, your all kind of shit, your blood. They got other stuff, bruh. Come on, fam. Their DNA software is fucked up. Get the fuck out of Texas.
Pointed to how only one fingerprint was found on the condom wrapper with no other fingerprints found at the scene, expressing concerns how the fingerprints and DNA were processed. The defense attorney continued to say that there was no sperm DNA found in the condom, and that the victim's DNA was not on the clothes. The defense attorney speculated that somebody else could have broken into Dorothy's apartment and used gloves to frame Tyrone. Furthermore, the defense attorney highlighted that Dorothy's front door was locked from the inside, and that the only way to get in and out of the apartment was through the front door. He said Tyrone would need a key to get into the apartment, as there were no keys found at the scene.
So
but in rebuttal,
she wouldn't let
the
him in?
prosecutor stated that Tyrone would have had enough time to wash his clothes and destroy any evidence linking him to the crime. They also proved that the DNA evidence was...
We are
going to go over
we already been through the fact that she is a nice lady that lets people come in her house.
Properly, and was accurate enough to prove that Tyrone was the perpetrator. They also pointed out that if somebody else had gone into the scene of the crime with gloves to tamper with the evidence,
Overhead
Tyrone's
ass
fingerprints
nigga.
would not have
Egghead
been
ass
identifiable and linked to the scene of the crime. Also, the exact same brand of condoms that were found at the scene of the crime were also found in Tyrone's bedroom drawer.
Dumbass.
The prosecutor also disputed the theory that Tyrone needed a key to get into Dorothy's home, highlighting how he likely knocked on Dorothy's door to ask if she needed any help with her chores before brutally attacking her, and that once the attack was over and Tyrone had left, she could have locked the door so he did not come back before succumbing to her injuries and collapsing. Based on the evidence at the trial and Tyrone's criminal history, the prosecutor stated that he knew the difference between right and wrong. On the 29th of June
Like I told y'all at the beginning, and I still stand by this, I think that nigga was slow. That don't give you a fucking right in God or the devil's name to do some bullshit like this, bro. So you gonna sit your slow ass in jail, bro.
2022, aged 18, Tyrone was found guilty. At the sentencing hearing in 2023, he refused to speak and was sentenced to life in prison. However, the judge also said that she retained the power to modify his sentence and will be monitoring his behavior in prison. Since his sentencing, Tyrone's defense have pushed for him to be placed in a special prison facility that will help treat his mental health issues.
What did I tell y'all? You could look at some, bro. I'm really like one of them ones, bro. I could tell. I ain't saying some niggas say, oh, it takes one to know one. No, it's not me. I could see these things. That nigga looks slow, bro.
As well as his behavioral deficits.
But don't spare him though. Don't spare him. Do not spare him. He clearly is, fucked up in the brain, slow. But this is his mom. I ain't gonna say it's his mom's fault, because that would be extremely fucked up. But as a mother, you're supposed to know these things. You could tell she probably done been to some doctor's appointments and they done told her, hey, your son maybe has a learning disability or he's real bad as fuck when he's in areas around other people. He don't know how to control himself. So you've had these signs and you just let your son do whatever the fuck you want to. That's why the nigga caught an armed robbery at 13. At 13, I was playing with fucking Bakugans. So this nigga clearly got his fucking rockers off. So this is what you get, man. This is the world you're in. Don't spare that nigga.
The case of Dorothy is beyond disturbing for someone so young to do something that will help treat his mental health issues, as well as his behavioral deficits. The kiss of Dorothy is beyond disturbing.
Oh, I thought that nigga said the kiss of Dorothy. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro?
So young to do something
just,
so unbelievably twisted to a senior citizen is nothing short of horrific. When
accent.
Speaking about the case, the Baltimore Police Department said, every homicide is sad and tragic, but when we talk about our vulnerable victims, it just adds another level of tragedy to it. Coming to terms with our youngest homicide defendant to date, killing one of our seniors is devastating. It means the loss of 2 lives.
Rest in peace to Miss Dorothy. You did not deserve that. You definitely ain't deserve that. I'm sure she was helping the community and all kind of shit. We're going to react to a little bit of this gameplay. This is a game I'm interested in playing on stream. I'm still going to beat Elden Ring. I didn't forget. Probably in a couple days. I'm off this week, so we can do it. We can do it. And on Friday, I got something planned for y'all. We'll talk about it at the end of the stream.
Red attacks. You got to dodge them. Ooh. Many options here. Reminds me a bit of Doom Eternal. You know how if you do the takedown. And on the staggered enemies, you
I
get some.
definitely don't want this shit all the way turned up.
Boom.
But
Boom.
let's
So that
let's
was
speed it
perfect
up a
dodge
little
and
bit.
then perfect parry. Sometimes that will let you do a gun strike as well. You get staggered.
So far from what I'm seeing, it looks.
Chainsaw is working hard. I played a different. Oh, how dare you? Let me just reload.
I mean, I never play. Oh shit!
A couple of the other classes are more
I was
meta,
gonna
so
say,
you get power fist,
can you
Batman.
switch to first person? But I think he was just hugged up on the wall. I don't think so.
Oh, I don't like these ones. They like dive out the ground and stealth.
I was finna say, and I know this is PvP too.
He just went under the ground there.
I'm
Where is he?
not sure if I want to pay 70 for this though.
He's attacking my mate. Really tanky. There it is.
And another thing too, is this a looter shooter, or is this just like
Proceed to the bridge tower.
you hop in and you shoot shit?
You can destroy boxes like this here. Usually you get something. What's that? Melter bomb. It's a big bomb. This game's also got PvP, but I've not had a chance to play that. Not in this
See,
game.
game got
Kinda looks a
PvP.
bit like Gears of War to me, from what they're showing in the trailer anyway.
Yeah, I mean it looks similar to Gears.
Put it down. Detonate.
I really.
Ooh, oh, like a purple explosion. Ow. Oh, a little parry there. Oh, get my ass kicked
He
here.
getting his ass beat the fuck up with these melees. I don't know. It don't seem too effective. Is there bosses or some shit? Let me try to skip over to see if I can get to like some gear or something. I want to see like,
Odds there, got me the gun strike.
is there variety or?
Gang up on him.
Man, this shit ain't even out.
Come here, covered in blood.
We'll
Pop a
just
stim.
go halfway. Do he got a different gun by this point? A pistol.
Stims again. Ammo. Crack grenades. Extreme damage with a small blast area. Crack grenades. Oh, there's 3 there though. Okay, those.
I mean, I might have to pass. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I might have to pass. That shit, I was more excited about it just looking at it. Shit, I am good. Not to pass. We'll probably react to one more thing and probably get up out of here. Oh, you know what show? I mean, you know what the fuck I like to watch? Found flicks. Spoilers ahead for any of these movies that you may not have seen. Shit, I ain't watching none of these hoes either, so we finna just watch the breakdown. We'll go to the shortest one. Nah, I really don't want to. I don't know. That just don't seem like my cup of tea. Immaculate. Let's be real here. Satan's Slaves is an insane movie for an insane name for a movie. We're just doing a violent nature. It's a cool little 19 minutes. We're chilling.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Found Flicks.
How you doing, buddy?
We're looking at In a Violent Nature.
Shout out to Found Flicks. I watch this shit all the time at work too. Bro, I have vivid memories of me getting in trouble at my job because I used to be listening to this shit and they said, bro, I was outside at this place, specific place. I'm not going to say the name. Outside. Just imagine what this is. And then you go inside and then they said we can't listen to headphones. When I'm outside in this hot ass weather, pushing these carts, I can't listen to headphones? Are you fucking serious? And this will be what I would listen to. Like, you could play music all fucking day, but after a while, I don't want to hear that shit, man. Let me listen to some podcasts or something that I could listen to.
Rotting rotting corpse of Johnny, a vengeful spirit burned on by a horrific 60-year-old crime, his body is resurrected and becomes hell-bent on retrieving it. Certainly the concept of In a Violent Nature is quite intriguing, allowing us to take on the perspective of the killer rather than his victims for a change. However, the execution definitely leaves a lot to be desired. I'm all about doing something different, but the way this movie is put together is absolutely brutal. It's supposed to be atmospheric or whatever, but a massive portion of the runtime is just a dude walking through the woods with nothing really happening. Just strolling. If all the
Well, if that shit is that, we're definitely not watching this shit. I guarantee you that. I probably should have looked at the views. That'd have been smarter. That'd have been smarter. Let me try to, hold on. I know they got filters for this shit. Popular. I already seen the Ritual one. I need some recent popular shit. Damn, they ain't popping no more. This used to be my shit. I used to watch the hell out of found flicks. I'm talking about the hell. I seen his whole breakdown on all the Jigsaw movies. I used to watch the hell out of found flicks. We gonna switch it up to latest. We'll just find some shit. I just don't want to spend all fucking day. This is the last one I think I watched, the Black Swan one. And that shit came out a year ago. Crazy. We'll just do this one. 1 million? What the fuck? We'll do it. Let's do it.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Found Flicks. On this Ending Explain, we're looking
What's
at
up,
the
buddy?
much hyped
Shout
horror
out to
hit
Found
from
Flicks.
A24, Talk to Me. In a fresh twist on the classic Ouija board gone wrong, a group of friends discovers how to conjure spirits by using an embalmed hand. They become hooked on the new thrill.
Oh, I seen a commercial for this. This shit came out a year ago?
Supernatural forces. There's a lot of lingering questions regarding the mysterious hand, its rules, and what goes down in the end. And we're here to tell you everything you need to know. Talk to Me exploded onto the festival scene last year, where it was quickly heralded as the next big thing in horror. You know, the scariest movie since whatever. Usually Hereditary is the benchmark nowadays. Well then, is Talk to Me worth the hype? I have to say, absolutely. And this is easily one of the best horror films of the year.
Damn, I might watch this shit. I'm gonna watch the Found Flicks, but I'm gonna watch the movie too.
YouTubers, the Philippou brothers.
Philippou.
When YouTubers make the leap to feature films, it's an absolute disaster. So extra kudos to the brothers for crafting something unique, brutal, and surprising at points, while also providing an excellent horror experience overall. It does have some great scares and gory moments, but you know what makes all that work? They actually spend time developing the characters and their respective relationships, so you actually give a crap when things go awry. It's something so lacking in movies nowadays, especially horror, and Talk to Me really stands at a level above the norm in that regard. Huh, what a concept. Take notes, Hollywood, because this is modern horror done right. So let's check out Talk to Me, breaking down the story's twists and turns, its important themes, while we learn about the ceramic hand and explaining the bummer ending. Our introductory sequence teases us a bit when it comes to using the mysterious supernatural hand at the heart of its story. We follow previous owners of the relic, and Duckett is found all cut up and looking entirely out of sorts. He quickly turns violent and goes for his brother with a knife. Cole does survive, but Duckett isn't so lucky. So even though we don't know anything yet about how things work, they are obviously quite dangerous. We then move on to meeting the sullen Mia, whose life has been upended after the death of her mother. They have a 2-year anniversary of her passing, and it's clear that Mia has still not recovered from the loss. And grief is a major theme of the movie, as well as her personal story. How do we deal with a huge loss like that? For Mia, at least, she seems to lay a lot of the blame on her father Max, to the extent that she's moved out of her family's home and stays with her best friend Jade's family instead. She's also really close with Jade's younger brother Riley, and helpfully picks him up from school when his sister forgets she's too preoccupied with her beau Daniel, which we learn Mia used to sort of date back in the day. Their sing-along fueled car ride takes a dark turn when they happen upon a gravely wounded kangaroo. As Riley points out,
I ain't
it's in
stopping
pain.
for no
They should-
goddamn kangaroo. For a kangaroo, bro? Do they stay in Australia? Like, if I'm seeing a goddamn kangaroo in where I'm from, man, Man, that hoe is roadkill, man. I ain't running that bitch over, but shit. Some big ass 18-wheeler coming down that motherfucker probably will.
Should end its suffering. Mia tentatively gears up the car to run it over, but at the last moment, she
run it
can't
over?
do it and swerves out of the way.
You not supposed to do it. No, you don't. You don't use your car and put the shit out the misery. You let somebody else do that. You notice it and you see your prayers and you dip.
This might seem minuscule, but I promise it will become important later. The hand has made its way to a new group of naive children, and Mia learns about a so-called party game being done by their pals Haley and Joss on social media. It sure looks like they're all being possessed, acting all crazy with black eyes and everything, but they assume
What the fuck?
A joke, right?
Hey, if I get this message on Snapchat, I'm like, what kind of shit is niggas on, and why did you send this to me? Look at dude in the back. He looked damn near just as possessive. Oh, hell no, we ain't.
However, Mia is hopeful that maybe it is real, giving her the faint glimmer of hope that she could somehow communicate with her mother's spirit.
Please,
she has to see first.
Why do
and
niggas
Jade
always
and Riley
want?
along to another?
Why is that the trope now? Like, why are niggas so? Why? Just let them rest in peace, bro. Every time you try to do some extra shit and want to talk to some voices, you can summon all the spirits from hell and you don't even have a fighting chance. You don't know what you're doing. Now we're all fried. This is all the shit that happens in all these movies, man. Leave them dead people alone.
Their spooky hand shindig. It's Josh and Haley who are now in possession of it, pulling out a white ceramic hand adorned in signatures and graffiti from previous players. As for where he got it, Josh is a bit cagey, only admitting that he got it from someone that got it from someone else. Man, thing really gets around. They pose to the group, who wants to go for a round, and Mia tosses her hat.
We could go Ben for Ben.
First, lay out the important ground rules of the whole setup here. First, you light a candle and make sure you're strapped in a chair. Then take the hand in yours and say, "Talk to me." This opens the door to a kind of purgatory spirit dimension between their realm and ours. The next step is to tell whatever spirit you encounter, "I let you in." The spirit will then possess the host, and interestingly, the
Why would
vessels
y'all
can
think this
still
is a
see
smart
what's happening,
idea?
as though they are in the passenger seat of their own body. You never know which spirit you'll actually connect with, and Mia seeing hers freaks her out, causing her to break contact. The others all egg her on to try again, and this time she doesn't falter, allowing the spirit to enter and take over her body. Her eyes turn big and black, and she starts writhing violently in the chair. As her behavior gets more intense, the kids aren't
It's worse than
frightened at all,
drugs.
but rather highly amused, all filming the occurrence on their cell phones.
Look at this fucking guy right here. Did you touch the hand too, bro?
With a complete and utter lack of awareness. The spirit then spots someone of particular interest amongst the crowd, turning its attention to Riley. They point right at him, growling, "I want you, I will break you." The kids are still yucking it up, and then there's another important final rule. Make sure to close the door by blowing out the candle right at 90 seconds. Any more time could be dangerous. This could potentially leave that door open, as well as allowing the spirit to stay indefinitely in the host's body. Yeah, definitely keep that in mind. Now, when it comes to the kids finding this whole thing just to laugh, I actually found this weirdly believable. It's clear that kids are completely numb and desensitized by their screens, and the hand actually provides them with some kind of real thrill, something that they are all obviously lacking in their lives. There's also, as before mentioned, the kind of party game reminiscent of the Luigi board. Kids would all gather around and play a game, even though the entire concept is that you're tapping into a supernatural realm to communicate with spirits. Not exactly ideal for children, you know? The same
For
goes
anybody.
the hand.
It's not
No one
ideal
really
for
even
nobody.
believes it's real. And besides, nobody got hurt or anything, right? It's just something cool to post on the grams. It also feels like this concept also applies specifically to Mia. She's in search of feeling something in her life without her mother. And even though it looked pretty spooky, she actually found it exhilarating and amazing, almost seeming euphoric in a way. Riley is certainly rattled.
It's
at least,
worse than
and unable to
drugs.
sleep,
Don't
seeks
do
his
it.
sister for comfort. She pushes him away once more, but his phobic sister Mia is happy to fill the role. She admits to being lonely lonely, and Riley assures her that she'll always have him and his sis. She tells him about a recurring nightmare where she's all alone, and to her horror sees that she has no reflection, as though she's vanished entirely from existence. The thrill is too hard to deny.
Word to you, word to bro. Shout out to follow. Fuck
This
with you,
time,
man.
Daniel wants to try it
Keep
out.
fucking
He has
with
a
me, I'ma
very
keep fucking
different
with
experience
you.
with his spirit, which seems quite lustful, constantly moaning and licking her, I guess, lips. The embarrassment continues when he topples over the
shit.
chair and proceeds
No
to
diddy.
make out with Cookie the dog. Yeah, pretty humiliating. And
No
really
diddler.
illustrates the different kinds of random personalities they might encounter.
Man,
in the
you not gonna
spirit realm.
close
The rest
that
of
up,
the group
bro?
all take
Ah,
a turn
man,
and
you
all
didn't.
without incident. Well,
You didn't
outside of the
extend
mini-group,
on. Oh, no, man. We did another clip.
the euphoria or kind
We
of
did another
high
clip.
when they're connecting to the spirits. And it made me wonder if this
I told you that
ritual
shit worse
also
than drugs,
represents
man.
drug use in a way as well. You
Shit
know,
worse
it's
than
dangerous,
drugs.
but you do it anyway. So far, it's true that everything has been safe enough. That is until Riley wants to take a turn. Jade refuses to allow him, even with the others suggest letting him go for less time. She leaves in a huff, and showing how little they really respect the supernatural shenanigans going on here, Mia offers to let Riley go after all. They get the candle and timer going, and
what
things
the
are
fuck?
as anticipated at first. Riley then turns to Mia and addresses her as Me, a nickname that her mother used to use.
Why he bleeding though? Where's the blood and shit coming from?
Could it really be she's found her mother's spirit? The more they converse, the more Mia becomes convinced that that is in fact the case.
And they finna
Mia's
keep.
really
Look, I can tell you what's finna happen right now. This kid then turned into her mom in spirit, and they finna keep talking and talking and talking and talking, and it's gonna go over the 90 seconds. Boom. Watch.
Because of this,
I haven't
Mia
seen the movie.
insists that Riley stay connected past the constantly stressed 90-second time limit. This
I told
is
you.
a terrible idea, and Riley ends up horrifically injured, nearly popping out a whole-ass eyeball in a brutal and disturbing moment. Kinda came out of nowhere, too. I was like, oh, shit, wasn't ready for that. The kids do blow out the candle and stop the attack.
That's where
but
all
as
that
we know,
blood
the
and shit
door is
came from.
possibly
Nigga, I almost
still
popped out.
open, thanks to passing the 90-second limit. The blame all
Told
falls
you.
on Mia, who is shunned by Riley and her mother,
Told you.
assuming she must have given her boy drugs, mentioning her own sordid past in that regard. Ah, see, there you
Oh,
go.
she
the
used
drug
to-
thing coming in
she used to
again.
be a
Out of the
drug
halls,
addict.
Mia happens upon what sure looks like her mother. She follows her through the hospital corridors before she vanishes. She bumps into Daniel, who gives her a ride home where they have a heart-to-heart. To me, it seems like what Mia is after above all else is just some kind of real human connection or affection of any kind. She makes a minor
gonna
move
say,
of
bro,
sorts
your
with
mama
a finger
is
on his
not
hand,
coming
then he
back,
quickly
man.
pulls
No-
away.
no
Again, when asleep,
disrespect.
she just
That
tries to
shit's
get
not
closer,
happening.
snuggling up to his leg while he sleeps. Yeah, kind of weird, admittedly. They get much stranger when an older, kind of rotting lady appears crawling along the floor.
What the
she
fuck?
shimmies right over to Daniel and proceeds to suck down on his foot. Mia screams for it to stop to no avail. Or was it all just a hallucination? She comes to, and it's actually her slurping down on his foot, leaving Daniel confused.
What
and
the
violated.
fuck?
Well, now we know that reality can't be trusted anymore. No doubt thanks to that pesky
She's a
door.
feet
Now
sucker.
there can be spirits
A
all
demonic
over the
feet
place.
sucker.
Mia patches things up with Jade, and they meet up with the others, learning more about the hand's supposed origins. It initially was actually attached to the body of a medium many, many years ago. He was said to be able to communicate with the dead, and I guess the people figured, hey, why not just cut his hand off and take it? That way they don't need him at all.
That's not even a real hand,
Encased
though.
in ceramic, where it's passed through
Oh.
Minnie's possession
Okay, never
until reaching Cole and his brother, the duo from the opening, and we saw how that turned out. Of course, Josh procured it from Cole. Alarmingly, just as Mia is
She
still
look like a
seeing spirits
junkie.
now, Cole's brother Duckett went through the same
Lil
thing.
Duck.
Cole isn't much help regarding Riley, but notes that the longer a spirit stays in a vessel, they get weaker to the point of eventually going away entirely. All of that doesn't seem to be the case with Riley. Mia has the idea to perform another shake session, this time to hopefully close the door and expel the
Are
spirit
you
within the boy.
stupid?
They try a few times, but it seems to have no effect. Suddenly, a little girl spirit appears and reveals that she knows where Riley is. Wanna see? Mia's mind is flooded with gory and horrific flashes of Riley being held captive by a large rotting creature surrounded by a pile of others. Well, that's disturbing. She returns to her family home, and her distant father Max has something he has to tell
You
her
just finna go
regarding her
and
mother's
sit on the
passing.
couch
There
and
was
just
some confusion as
Damn.
to how Rhea died exactly.
Look, she just. Damn, I fucked that nigga Riley life up trying to talk to my mom. Like, what kind of shit is you on, man?
with Mia believing it was an accidental overdose on sleeping pills. She was discovered the next morning by Max, also finding scratches on the other side of the door, implying that she was trying to get out but was unable. He then drops the bombshell that it was in fact no accident, and she even left a note behind which he reads for her. Mia breaks down at the revelation, especially after her spirit told her otherwise, and refuses to accept this reality. I don't know, maybe that wasn't actually her spirit. I mean, obviously. Mia holes up in her room and does another shake to speak to her ever-decaying mother spirit. She tells her that she can no longer trust Max, suggesting that he is evil. Just as accused, Max starts pounding violently on the door to open up, mirroring the moment when finding her mom. They also specifically show us that the real Max is actually out in the living room, meaning whatever is at the door is not real. It's all in Mia's head. She doesn't know the difference at this point, and winds up stabbing her pop in the neck with a pair of scissors. By now, Mia has completely lost touch with reality, and has also now become fully convinced that she must intervene to save Riley. And what better way to save someone than kill them? Yep, that's usually my first thought.
Well,
she tricks
good
Jade
idea.
into meeting her at her house, and even makes up with her mom at the hospital. She doesn't hate her anymore, as the toxicology reports came back negative, and he's still been acting all crazy since. Well, get ready to hate her all over again in about 2 seconds. After the apology,
because she's finna kill your son.
with how to proceed. That all
Like,
changes
fuck.
when she sees an injured Rue hobbling by in the hall. See, told you it would come back. Unlike before, where Mia couldn't end the animal's suffering, she now feels that taking out Riley is actually for his best interest, especially when seeing the rotting woman briefly in his place. She loads him up in a wheelchair and rolls him outside and right towards a street with heavy traffic. At her home, Jade finds Max bleeding out but still alive and realizes she's been duped, rushing back to the hospital. She does manage to intervene in Mia's batshit plan just in time, saving her brother. We hear
Max
her
is the
collide
okay.
and at first think that it was Riley, but nope, it was Mia instead that got plowed into and clearly died. She gets to her feet and is strangely teleported back to the hospital, where she passes by Riley with his family, now looking completely healed and getting discharged. The same goes for her dad, who she follows after as he faces away, unable to hear her. Along the path, she passes a mirror and notices that she doesn't have a reflection, just as in her aforementioned recurring nightmare. The lights all cut to darkness one by one, and a flickering glow appears. A hand reaches towards her.
Oh,
and we
she's
see
in
a
the hand
totally
now.
different crew of friends using the hand.
She's the
Another
hand.
guides the kid to grab her hand to let her inside, and she takes his hand in hers. In the end, her tragic fate is exactly what was also warned during the very first session. If you die when the spirits are still inside you, they take you forever. Meaning she has now become one of the many lost souls stuck in the strange spirit realm forever, and also that her nightmare has essentially come to life. That's pretty tragic. Just to really reiterate exactly what went down here, Mia has been more or less manipulated by a vengeful spirit from the very beginning. Her mother's spirit was never actually there, but the spirit in her is taking Rhea's form to more easily convince her to do what it wants. As was spelled out in the beginning, for some reason the spirit wanted Riley specifically. So really it was about getting Riley.
And you know why I think she wanted Riley? Now here goes. See, sometimes niggas don't think I'm listening, but I'm paying attention the whole time. And this is a little a little sneak theory. See, this is why y'all gotta fuck with me, cause when I'm into shit, like I'm locked in. But probably wanted the nigga Riley because Riley, whatever, maybe because he was young and impressionable, maybe he was more so easily manipulated, which means he could be manipulated into the things that the people want. So you know how he would, like, the spirit went into him and then started talking like as the girl's mom. So, but if you inside, like if you a spirit and then you go inside a grown adult that got like all kind of shit going on as a young person, they're not even thinking about shit like that, then it's gonna be harder to manipulate them to kind of do whatever you want to versus a younger person who is impressionable and you can get them to pretty much do whatever. And that pretty much shows because the spirit was able to talk to the girl, which is Mia, the one that died at the end, as the mom through Riley. So I'm assuming because Riley, maybe he's just some fucking super psychic or some shit. He got the super soul and all the spirits want to be with him. But I'm assuming the kid theory. If it was another kid in the movie, it'd have probably wanted to go after that kid too, is what I'm saying.
and using Mia to do so. Taking advantage of her unresolved grief was easy to do, and by taking her mom's form, Mia was more easily convinced to do what she asked. Mia so wanted it to believe that it was really her that she never doubted anything. If things had gone according to the spirit's plan, Mia would have
basically, if you using the kid to do your powers are stronger because you don't have to work as hard and you get to do more.
killed Riley as they wanted, and since the spirits were still within him, he would have been the one trapped there forever. Although things got flip-flopped with Mia being the one to suffer that unfortunate fate. As for if this also means that the spirits are gone for good, or at least
and what the fuck happened to Riley? I mean, what the fuck happened to did they just go away? And they transferred to her when she got hit, or what?
And with Riley, it's hard to say exactly. There are some kind of looser aspects to the hand's rules, and we do see him looking better at the end, so it must be that Mia dying kind of took his place or something like that.
I guess
I'm curious to see where they could go with their character in a sequel as well. Maybe she could be the villain this time, trying to get her own body? That could be cool. I honestly feel like they left a lot of things open to potentially follow in a sequel, and guess what? They recently announced Talk to Me is on the way. But for now, that brings us to the conclusion of this Ending Explained for Talk to Me. But I might do a part 2 when it comes out on digital, because I feel like there was definitely some stuff I missed, since I did write this entire script from memory after seeing it only once. So let me know if there's any other lingering questions.
Well, I'm gonna watch that shit and then I'm gonna do a review on it myself. But we're about to get ready to close this shit up, man. I had an excellent stream. I had a good time, man. It was good seeing niggas again. Nah, we not doing that though. This is what we doing. This shit, man. I've been in that motherfucking studio, man. Y'all just take a listen. No copyrighted music. This is me, man. We just finna take a listen. But basically, what I was trying to say, man.
I already know that these niggas gon' hop on the beats and I hear them. They feeling my sound. Damn.
Hold on, let me show y'all.
I already know, like I play for the Brown.
I'm running it. Niggas talking that shit got a pistol, it's lagging the sound. I'm gunning it.
Meant to say got my gun in here. And that bitch ass nigga try run when he saw me.
I've been in that motherfucking studio, bro.
If I'm talking, it's mostly about dividends.
So the next, my plan is for Friday, we're gonna have FL Fridays. And I'm gonna try to make a song, and I'm trying to see how long it'll take me to make a full song, mix it, and then every stream after that, we're gonna try to have it be faster each time. So I'm gonna learn this shit like that. But I ain't gonna lie, I kinda frustrated. Listen. Never forget about the shoebox safe. If you miss on that, then you will get sprayed. Had to forget about the bitch she spent. And I ran through all the bases, so I'm safe. Pistol sound like pillow, but it ain't. Hit him just like Tyson to the face. Come on, man. Come on, man. Alright, man. I had a good stream, man. Good music. Good stream. Good hot dog. I mean, what the fuck am I talking about? Good basketball shit. Shout out Ticket TV, Oxcourt, all them niggas, man. I'm out of here. Indubitable out.